This video, The Carbon Cycle, has been brought to you by avocados. This is a badly drawn picture of an avocado tree. Here's a fun fact. Avocados are berries. Avocados are also named after the Aztec word aguacado. Google that if you would like. This is an avocado. Avocados are so healthy because they're filled with monosaturated fats. That's right, monosaturated fats. These fats are long chains of carbon with oxygens and hydrogens attached to them. We'll be following one of these carbons to see what happens to them in the carbon cycle. The pulp from the avocados will be smashed up into guacamole. Delicious, delicious guacamole. And since humans are the only ones that eat avocados, they'll be the ones continuing the carbon cycle. Now when the avocado's in the person's body, some very complicated things will happen. So we're just gonna jump to when it's turned into glucose. Glucose is used for cellular respiration. When combined with oxygen, which humans breathe in, it'll become carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Carbon dioxide is then later on breathed out and sent into the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide will travel around the world, going from California to the North Pole and eventually diffusing into the ocean. In the ocean, there are many of these little bacteria called phytoplankton. Sorry, they're supposed to be green, but I only have red, blue, and black markers. They take in carbon dioxide and they do photosynthesis. The equation of photosynthesis looks like this. 6 CO2s and 6 H2Os make 1 glucose molecule and 6 oxygen molecules. The phytoplankton then uses the glucose molecules to grow and to be buff and eventually steal the Krabby Patty formula. But a shrimp will come by and eventually eat the phytoplankton since they're on the bottom of the food chain. And eventually, the little shrimp will be eaten by something even bigger, like a whale. And eventually, after living a happy life being a whale, eating shrimp, swimming around the ocean, it'll pass away and fall to the bottom of the ocean, where it might not decompose correctly, like maybe a mudslide or other volcanic activities covers it up. Then it could be turned into petroleum and maybe eventually turned into fossil fuel. This process isn't quick. It takes millions of years for the fossil fuels to be created. It's also not a renewable resource, and that is why people are so concerned about the heavy use of these types of fuels. The burning of these fuels also release carbon that's been accumulating for a really long time. It disrupts the carbon cycle and adds a huge amount of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas, which causes climate change. Anywho, in a million years, the fossil fuels will probably be dug up and used by whatever dominant species there are on this planet. Hopefully, in a million years, hoverboards would be developed, and the fossil fuels could be used to power it. The equation for fossil fuels burning is fuel plus oxygen turns into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. The carbon dioxide made by combustion could be used to grow an avocado tree. The avocado tree would take in the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and use it for photosynthesis, and the cycle starts all over again.